What's up, fellow Clashers? It's Pauline here at the end of our war against Lucky777, who was not so lucky to be matched up against us. It was a random match, and we've already looked at the Town Hall 9s. Check out that video if you haven't seen it already. It gives a little bit more background on this clan and a little bit of why we weren't so happy about it. But anyway, we did come out the victors. We were 1 star away from a perfect war. They were not quite that way, but you know what? It's the way it goes. So let's look at some of the Town Hall 8s, common internet bases. These guys use common internet bases and duplicated them. So you know what? Just don't do that. We're going to look at number 23, and we're going to see RD use a quad quake and a GoVaLo here. I always like to start things off with a GoVaLo. So kind of a variation of a common internet base. Has to go ahead and kill the clan castle the old-fashioned way, because the quad quake took all the dark elixir spells with all those poisons, and finally finishes off that loon. Brings in a single golem for a cold-blooded entry and starts the funneling with look at that, those minions on the side. Great job. And wizards wherever the point defenses were not focused on. I'm sorry, not a cold-blooded, shattered. I didn't see the other golem on the right-hand side. So apologize. It was a shattered entry. The 2 golems reroute in there, and he can drop his king in there and the Valkyries as that funnel is completely done. So great job. Clan Castle of Valkyries has 2 heals left over for the kill squad as they start making their way through the core. One of the air defenses is already down. Try Teslas, I think, in the core, so that's going to be no problem to deal with. Drops that first heal there as these wizards will back these Valkyries and Golems up and start taking out these defenses. And all of the air defenses, well, almost all, 2 of them are down. 1 of them is going down by these Golemites. That wizard is doing something else on the corner. And so he does very wisely, drops the loons in from the top right. And he sees that that wizard is finally coming around. So as soon as it comes around, he can go ahead and be a little less stressed about that air defense that's taking his loons out. But finally goes down. Loons are all in the base. Tons of Valkyries. They do eat another giant bomb, but it's no big deal. They eat those for breakfast. And we're done in cleanup mode. So very, very nice. Doesn't have the best split, but does hold a couple archers for those corner huts. Very, very nicely done. You can see that's one of the reasons why people get hung up, is those builders huts for the 98, 99%. Let's take a look 1 step down and look at Warfang. Take out this common internet base. I've seen this hit so many times. We're going to go see it hit twice. He hits this one with a GoHo here, a quad quake. So has to go ahead again, use the barbarians and wizards for the clan castle kill, because he has no poison. And those skellies make it a little difficult, but we'll do the barbarian wizard thing. The dragon goes down, the balloon goes down, oops, and we're going to send a shattered entry up top and drop those wall breakers in, drop the king in, and it's time to go ahead and drop those Valkyries in as well. Oh, we don't have Valkyries, so never mind. We're going to drop those hog riders in. All right, so wizards and kings are making their way. King is making their way. They will take out this enemy king pretty quickly, and as long as they're focused on that kill squad, those defenses, he'll send the hogs in from the right-hand side. Has 2 heals left over for all these hogs. For the most part, are untouched. They do trigger, the kill squad triggers giant bomb in there. Golem's still up. Hounds make their way through. Has to heal one of them to push through. Do hit that single giant bomb and are not getting healed because he wants to push that lower bottom part of the hogs through, which is going through just fine. Have skelly traps behind him, but only a couple of defenses left. So they will go ahead and take care of this wizard tower and then turn on the skelly traps and take care of it. Enemy king is already down. Does have that pesky builder hut in the corner. The hogs will take care of that, and still doing the cleanup here. So very, very nicely done. Nice hit, Warfang, and nice GoHo. So we just watched a GoHo hit this particular base. Now we'll go ahead and see the same exact thing with a GoVaLo. A little variation, very similar, but we like to mix things up. Like K-Bear, I think going to use basically the same entry. Uses a quad quake with 2 heals. So it's going to quad quake that core. That makes it so simple to get in there once that quad quake is there, because the point all the way up at the top with wall breakers, just go ahead and take care of that, no problem. The whole thing that's tricky about this, that was tricky about this base, was once you break into the top, that 12 o'clock position, it was very hard to get wall breakers all the way down to that lower core, because they would always go to either the left or the right compartments where all those buildings were. So you would have to raid your wall breakers up and have them go down there if you were lucky. And the quad quake makes it so much simpler to do that. Drops a golem in there. The wizards are completely ignoring that balloon, but that's just the way it goes. Drops the wall breakers in there, which I guess must have had a fail. So I don't know what happened there, but the funnel was done well enough. I didn't think it was a mortar, but maybe I missed it. So the funnel was done well enough so the king and the Valkyries would just pound their way through it anyway. Don't need any wall breakers. And they'll go ahead and make their way through this core and start tanking the kill squad. The hogs are dealing with some of the damage dealing from the point defenses, but not too bad. Drops the rest of the heals in there, has one heal he already uses, pre-heals those spots for those hogs, push through the base. I'm not seeing where the giant bombs were triggered. If they were, there's one where that golemite is, and I guess the other two are right above the king. So all the giant bombs are already taken care of. So he doesn't need any more heals. That wizard tower is done, and we are in cleanup. Very similar attack, just sprinkle in some Valkyries instead of the golem. Just do a trade that way instead of a shattered. Brings a cold-blooded entry there, and just has the Valkyries to push through a little quicker. So very, very nice attack. Let's check a couple more out. We'll go back up to number 25, and we'll take a look at Hunt and Peck. Use a mass hog on this base. Again, we just haven't watched the mass hog in a little bit, so we'll go ahead and fast forward this. I think it's we uses one poison, and then saves the other one for the hogs. So starts to send a 3-drop in there. Has 3 heals, uses 1 there as they all come in on those double giant bombs. But the double giant bombs are not set to where the hogs eat both of them. They only eat basically one of them of the double. So it really negates that. And then uses the other 2 heals for the Mickey Mouse ears up top. Perfectly done. And, has his king still up with the ability. Enemy king is doing some stuff there, but they do trip the last giant bomb, kind of unfortunately. Uses a very nice poison to take out that skelly trap and slow down the king. And where are they running down? The sweeper. So they have to take care of that sweeper and the skelly traps, and the king is walking around the base. So they'll take out the king and commence the cleanup work. So very, very nice hit. Nice mass hog attack by Hunt and Peck. All right, where are we at? 31. The common interbase, the Kyoki, or however you say it. We haven't seen this in a little bit, but we're going to see how you take care of it after Town Hall 11 patch or update, whatever you want to call it. Without a quad quake, we usually quad quake this bad boy. But he'll do a, to double poison and heal and rage, which means you pretty much have to rage your wall breakers to get in there. Look, he's brought 6 wall breakers, does a shattered entry, and he's going to wall break in at the 7 o'clock position and rage everything up. So he gets his kill squad rage as well as the wall breakers, which will go ahead and push through the entire core, rages it up right there, uses those wall breakers. They will get raged real fast and then start running around with crack and get all the way to that second in the core compartment. So the kill squad will go ahead and take care of the defenses there, take care of the enemy king, and then they'll go ahead and reroute all the way into that core. And Valkyries are running in with this GoVaLo, and they'll trip the giant bomb, double giant bomb set, no big deal. We don't even care because we're using loons here. So, you can do a GoVaLo on this base too and back it up with hogs. Almost all the defenses are already attacking the kill squad, so it's not a real big deal to mix things up a little bit. There is a cannon that can't hit them up on the top, but for the most part, they are hitting the Valkyries and the Kings. So either way, it crushes this base. Valkyries are still up. Balloons are just finished up with the defense. Gets a huge, huge split upon all these different groups of loons. Has some Valkyries still running around doing cleanup. So this base was completely crushed by Irish. It was a very, very nice attack. All right, just two more to look at. Number 35. Whoops. There we go. And we're going to see Wee Willie take care of this base, kind of ring base. That's why I want to show it. It's kind of. I've seen this base many times. It's a common internet base. I think this might have been a cleanup because he knows where the giant bombs are, and we'll go ahead and try to trigger them. Or it's just because we've hit this base so many times, we know where they are. Let's see if he uses a double poison, level 2 poisons twice, and yeah, because it takes care of this clan castle, and then can go ahead and do his mass hog attack. Starts to send in a 3-finger drop. He needs to push through all the way to this core, and he's already triggered one of those giant bombs, so he doesn't have to worry about it. There's the other one that he was trying to trigger before, and now there's only one left. So pushing the way through the core, has 2 heals left over, and uses that second heal. Needs to save one for that other giant bomb spot. Not sure where it is, and sends the rest of his hogs in there. And let's see if it's up top here. Nope, it was kind of lucky that it wasn't there. So they do have to take care of that last can. There it is, and that will hit every single one of his like 20 hogs. So very, very fortunate. Those skelly traps will definitely do huge damage to that low of hit point hogs. They're like it's like a plague to them. So he does lose quite a bit of hogs, not just to the giant bomb, but to those skelly traps because of their low health. So just keep that in mind, and goes ahead and takes out that enemy king and cleans up the rest of the base. All right, very nice attack. I think he got a 6-star war, and I don't want to miss anybody that got a 6-star war, so everybody did good. Oh, well, there we go. Yeah, there's a 6-star war. And this was the one that I wanted to show, or was it the exact same base? Let me see that. I think that's the problem. It was the exact same base. Scout this. All right. Looks similar to me, but very, very low level base. So again, he's going to use a mass hog in here. So I think they do mix it up. I think that Tesla maybe where the other giant bomb was. So he's sending them into where he thinks the giant bombs are, but they're Teslas instead. So he uses double poison again. So we'll basically get a chance to see the repeat of this very similar base of how to beat it, just a different way. So he uses a 3-finger drop from the other side, and loses a lot to spring traps. That's one of the problems with 2 3-finger drop, 1-finger drops and loses all of his hogs to that giant bomb. Number one, that's a huge problem. You lose all your hogs to one giant bomb if you don't heal it. Number two, you're going to maximize their traps. So whenever you hit a spring trap with a group of hogs, you're going to lose 3 hogs every single spring trap. There we go with 3 hogs right there. So you know it's tough to do that kind of drop just for that reason. But this base is so low level defense that he's going to go ahead and get away with it. Finishes that last Tesla off, and they can focus on the king, take it out, and go ahead and crush the rest of this base. So nice hit. Both of those bases just need to polish up a little bit on the hog deployment, and watching out for those giant bomb spots. So great job to all WHF Rising, but especially to the Town Hall 8s there. Did a lot of good work scouting up. I think we had maybe 14 of the 20 Town Hall 9 bases scouted. So very, very nice. I think we hit almost all of we 3-starred almost all of our Town Hall 8 bases on the first hit, and cleaned it up at least by the second hit. Nothing lasted longer than 2 hits. So that was very, very nice. Allows us, as Town Hall 9s, to go ahead and hit our bases, make a better plan, and they have a better chance of us hitting a base, getting 3 stars on our first attack. So very well done, and good job to all of Rising for facing this clan and the way we did and pulled together. So hopefully you were able to take these attacks, go look at the compositions, the deployments, the base styles, especially some of those common internet bases. Go get your 6-star wars and practice those 3-star attacks.